Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to day 2 of IEEE International Conference on Emerging Trends in Information, Communication and Systems, proudly hosted by Bansal Institute of Science and Technology and technically sponsored by IEEE Madhya Pradesh. I'm Priyanshi Mandlovi, a 4th semester BTech AI and Machine Learning student here at BIST, and I'm delighted to be your host for this morning. Moving forward, we will now begin our technical session. It is a distinct pleasure to welcome our distinct session expert for this track. First, we have respected Dr. Rajiv Kumar Gupta sir, who is working as an Associate Dean of Placement and Senior Assistant Professor at Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. An alumnus of BIST Bhopal, he holds a PhD in computer science in an active IEEE senior member and has published more than 80 research articles along with authoring 4 books in the field of machine learning, deep learning and cloud computing. I would like to request student coordinator to kindly welcome sir. Please put your hands together. We are also delighted to welcome respected Dr. Anuj Kumar Pal sir, currently serving as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science at the Sagar Institute of Science, Technology and Research, Bhopal. He holds a PhD in MSc University, has contributed to over 25 major publications with global publishers like Springer and Taylor and Francis, and specialize in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analysis. Please put your hands together for sir. Welcome, professors. Thank you for joining us today to judge and guide our researchers. Before we commence with the research presentation, I would like to quickly state the official guidelines of all presenters, and please follow the guidelines strictly. Each presenter will be allotted total of 15 minutes, in which 10 minutes is for presentation and 5 minutes is for Q&A session. This includes your core presentation time, followed by a brief Q&A session with our session chair. I request all presenters to strictly adhere to the timeline so we can maintain the smooth flow of the session. No extra time will be given to any presenter, only 10 minutes will be there for PPT presentation. The judgment will be done on the basis of following parameters. First, rationale of studies. Second, literature review. Third, methodology. Fourth, presentation clarity and organization. Fifth, Q&A handling. Thank you and all the best to all the presenters. Let's begin. I invite our first presenter, respected Siddharth Shukla sir, for his paper Economic Emission Dispatch of Interconnected Power System with Solar and Wind Integration using Particle Swarm Optimization. Please put your hands together for sir.
Very good morning, all of you. I am Siddharth Shukla from Rabindranath Tagore University, Bhopal. My paper topic is Economic Emission Dispatch of the Interconnected Power System with Solar and Wind Integration using Particles from Optimization. So, next. This is the outline of my presentation. Now, basic overview of my paper is, in this paper, I use the economic emission dispatch for use with the renewable energy and use the algorithm PSO for reducing the overall cost and emission of the thermal power plant or the reduce the overall emission by power plants. So next. Basically, the economical load dispatch is the process in which we distribute the load in the efficient, economically efficient method. Then we reduce the overall cost of the generating power plant. with the reduce of the overall cost when we see the number of generating units are connected, and when we reduce the power supply from the economical point of view from the X number of power plant, then we see we reduce overall emission also. In this research, we use the particles from optimization, and we use the MO multiple optimization approach for the ELD process. So next, this is the literature review. We use some research for my research. So next. This is a basic research gap. We identified the integration of PSO-based EED with solar and wind integration, and comparison with variant PSO with my proposed method, and we use the 10-unit bus system for this research. So next. This is the basic objective. First objective is economic cost function. We reduce the cost of the thermal power plants. And second is the emission objective. In this cost function, we use the minimization process. When we see the AI, BI, and CI, this is the coefficient for the emission economic cost functions. And for the emission, we use the minimize with the PI through the power plant. PI is the generating power plant demand value. Then we combine both the function, and we use for the both the function in the penalty factor, which is the lambda. So next, this is the implementation of the our PSO. This is the initialize, first initialize the parameter for the then we initialize the SOM factor, then evaluate fitness of this particles, then we use this particle for the best position and best velocity, then we check our constraint, which is AI, BI, CI, we see above. Then we stop the criterion, output the best result by our algorithm. So this is the our test. In this test, we consider 2,700 megawatt unit with 10 thermal unit system. In this system, the 2,000 is the peak demand, and we consider wind is the 200 megawatt and solar capacity is 150 watt. When we see the thermal generation by only with when we generate only thermal with the 2007 megawatt, then overall costing is the $8,425 per hour. When and emission is the 2,154 kilogram per hour. But when we integrate wind and solar with this capacity, then we see our costing is reduced 692, and overall emission also reduced. Then we compare with our literatures with my PSO, my proposed method. Then we compare this method is best with this already used method. This is the best. This is our paper conclusion. Is this is when we use solar and wind integration, then we reduce the 12.75% penetration, and with the result of the 10.9% thermal reduction of the cost and 12.6% emission reduction. And in the future scope, we use our solar, we use our renewable energy with real time approach, because real solar energy is fluctuated, or renewable energy also, all are fluctuated. Then we use the real time additive approach. This is the reference.
Hello. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I have a few observations. The first thing is in the literature survey, you have not mentioned the references, right? And the second thing is you have just mentioned the algorithm, right, in the word form. But I feel it should be in the form of pseudocode because whatever result you are showing, your ultimate objective is to minimize your objective function, right? Okay. But how and what approach you have used to minimize these things, that is not reflected in this presentation, right? So, if possible, please highlight the few things that the novelty that you have, because the objective function are all well defined, right? And then you have used the wind energy plus solar energy.
So this is a novelty.
So you have used a combination, right?
Yes, sir. This is the combination, is the novelty for this paper.
And in the result section, you mentioned that your cost is also minimized,
and
right?
emission
And emissions are also minimized. But how it's work?
Sir, basically when अगर इन सिंपल सर समझे हम कि अगर हमारे पास एक 2000 मेगावाट की यूनिट है एंड वी रन इन द फुल डिमांड एंड एट दैट टाइम दिस जनरेटिंग यूनिट जो है वो फुल लोड पे चल रहा है देन वी यू नो कि उसको आज के समय में हमको पता है वैसे तो कि 70% जो है वो हमारा थर्मल पे डिपेंड है तो अगर थर्मल की बात कर रहे हैं सर तो इन द थर्मल व्हेन वी यूज द कोल देन obviously the costing, the running costing is high, and when we use the coal then emission is high, and when we integrate our renewable energy and wind energy with the thermal power plant ki, if at that time the demand is 2000 we stop one generating unit and we supply from the wind and solar at particular time. That time we reduce overall costing and we reduce emission also.
And how you perform the experiment analysis?
Sir,
did you get real-time data?
Sir, this data we use the 10 bus system of the IEEE 10 bus system data. The constraint is given by the IEEE 10 bus already. This data we optimize and then we find out our result, best suited result for given time, and they give me ki 10 units hai. So in the particular time which unit supply the best load to this, then we operate on the economic way. Okay. Then we put this value on it.
Siddharth Shukla, sir.
Ji, sir.
Okay. Thanks for presenting your paper. I have some questions in related to your work. Can you move back to the slides? There was a research gap on a slide number 3, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Test validation on 10 unit standard test cases with renewable uncertainty. What is meaning of this? 10 unit of standard test?
Renewable uncertainty means sir कि at that time हम ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि renewable give a full load. Sir please next. Sir, we use the wind capacity is 200 megawatt and solar capacity is 150 megawatt. But at the uncertainty we use 156.24 for the wind and solar 98.76. क्योंकि रिन्यूएबल के साथ सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो है यही है कि वो हमको मैक्सिमम जो उसका पीक लोड है, पीक लोड पे मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है. हर समय उसके लोड चेंजेस रहते हैं. तो वी यूज दिस रेट. इसके साथ हमने रिजल्ट निकाला है. मतलब ये जो बेस्ट सूटेड वैल्यू है ये हमको निकाल के दिया है हमारे एल्गोरिथम से जो हमने इटरेशन किया. डिफरेंट इटरेशन के बाद जब हमने उसको हमारे जो ऑब्जेक्टिव के फॉर्मूले हैं उसमें जब पुट किया तब हमको ये वैल्यू निकल गई. तो दिस इज द अनसर्टेनिटी कि एट अ टाइम हमको क्या मिलेगा ये नहीं मालूम है, लेकिन हमने इस वैल्यू के साथ काम किया.
Okay. One more question. Have you done any costing related to your research? What would be the cost?
Cost for what?
Overall this research. Once means आप renewable energy में काम कर रहे हैं. And what would be the cost? Can we calculate?
Costing कितनी आएगी इसको पूरा काम?
अगर सर अगर कॉस्ट की बात करें तो एट दैट टाइम 1 मेगावाट के लिए लगभग जो कॉस्टिंग जा रही है वो 7 to 8 करोड़ की बात होती है। तो अगर हम देखेंगे पूरी सिस्टम, तो ये तो सिस्टम हमारा जो है सर, ये पहले से वर्किंग कंडीशन में जो सिस्टम है उसी सिस्टम पे बात कर रहे हैं हम। अलग से कुछ अभी कोई कनेक्ट करने की बात नहीं कर रहे हम, तो ऑप्टिमाइज करके बेस्ट सूटेड हमने बताया कि अगर इस पे लोड करेंगे तो इकोनॉमिकली भी हमारा सही रहेगा, इमिशन भी हम कम देंगे।
नहीं, इकोनॉमिकली आपने सही होने वाली बात पहले भी की, दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव आस्क्ड द क्वेश्चन। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ajit Kumar Singh sir to present impact of technological readiness and cost efficiency on electric vehicle adoption. Please put your hands together.
नंबर बता दीजिए। 907 आपने कॉपी करा है?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. And my name is Dr. Ajit. And I'm from MIT University, Gwalior, from Management Department. My topic is the impact of technology readiness and the cost efficiency on electric vehicle adoptions. Next. Now, this is the outline. So, in this particular presentation or the study, we basically took electric vehicle in our study. In this study, we took the respondent, near about 230 respondent. They are already owning the electric vehicle. Basically, they are cars. For methodology, we applied SEM. SEM is a structural equation model, right? That actually very good for checking a multiple relationship between the variables. So that we found very suitable for this. The finding indicates that the perceived usefulness is the strongest determinants for EV adoptions, because further when we will discuss about it, how we come to this conclusion as we go ahead. So that we will discuss there. Next. Right, before starting this, we already know that the world is moving towards green energy, and the government is also doing their best so that the people can buy EV vehicles, right? Even by 2030, India has promised that they will reduce carbon emissions by 1 metric ton. That is a huge amount, right? So actually the government is working on this, and we are also trying to do this. The study of such papers increases while the world is highly vulnerable. As we already know, there is a war between Russia and Ukraine. There is a war between Iran and US, and because of it, the energy transportation is interrupted, right? So for people like us, the people they are residing in India, so they should be very much aware about it, how the technology is improving. Along with this, it is also very important to know how the people is behaving towards that technology, right? So the importance now these days is increasing for such papers, for such studies, right? So that we can go in the right direction. The previous studies have highlights the importance of charging infrastructure, accessibilities, and user perception in influence EV, right? But there is something different things that we will discuss. Next slide. Now, the literature review, if you will talk about the literature review, there are several studies has been done on EV vehicle adoptions. right? There are studies like Nuri, studies like Basu. Basu basically talks about the policies that has been adopted by the government. And Nuri, basically they discussed about how this TAM model is working. TAM model is very famous model when we talk about management and technology, how they are collaborating, right? So we check how the people are adopting the technology, right? So TAM model basically talk about this. So most of the studies they talk about, when they talk about a TAM model, they talk about trust, but they don't talk about the usefulness, right? So this particular thing basically creates the gap by itself. So next slide please. So as we will go ahead, it will suggest you ki why we took this particular topic title. It is already creating a gap that the government, right, people are understanding, trying to know how the government policies are implementing, right, whether they are working or not, right. Along with this is also very important that the money that the people they are ready to pay at a very higher cost, right, and the technology that is available right now with us, whether that is useful or not, that is creating a utility or not. So this study basically gives the answer of this question. Next slide please. uh, uh, Objectives, I think it would be much better when, okay, so to examine the influence of the perceived technology readiness on the perceived usefulness. It is trying to get whatever the technology that we are having right now, how it is creating an impact on the perception of the people they are buying the EV vehicle. So that we just want to check the technology that we are working, that is fine. Like the sir was talking about, okay, if we will, like the previous one, okay, if we will do this, right, we are doing this, but what type of impact that is going to the people, whether the people are adopting the technology or not, that is also very important to know while we are doing something new, while we are doing something different. Like so when we talk about in management, it is very important, like everyone is here, everyone is wearing different kind of color of shirt, except if it is not imposed to wear certain type of dress, because it is a consumer behavior where the perceptions differs by person. So in the same manner, when we talk about, because I'm talking about, because when we are using this, so perception play a very important role. Second, analyze the effect of perceived cost, study of impact, social influence. Now, sometimes people can ask why this objective is very important. Social influence, right? There are several studies they talk about कि when you never purchase something, right? You get influence from it. Okay, right? If the neighbor is having BMW, so at least we should have nearby a car, right? Whether a kind of perception is impacting the people, especially in Delhi or tier 2 cities, it is impacting or it is creating a kind of behavior where epistemic values are there or not. So we check it in this particular paper. Next slide. Research methodology, quantitative research approach basically adopted for this study. We use TAM model, technology adoption model, how the people are adopting the technology. With the same structural equation model, we try to solve it. And data collection, sometimes we collected the data from Delhi, so that was online, and some data we have collected from Gwalior itself, so the data was offline. Sampling strategies, we make two types of startup for this. First was tier 1, for second for tier 2. Sample size is 230 for our study. That was from Delhi and nearby areas Gwalior. Next. This is the study that we have done with the help of structural equation model. We applied. Yes.
Sir, only 2 minutes.
Okay, just give me 4. So as we can see, the beta value for this is very high, so that is having a very good relation. Although the value of p, so there we can say there is a perfect relationship between these variables with this, and by 50% R square value and 30% R square value represents and suggests that the model is perfectly fit for these two cities, and this model can work and we can apply, or we can work for further, means the people can apply this model as well, because we are having a very good R square value along with this. So what it is saying is these variables are directly impacting this. Next slide please. The conclusion is this: the study concludes that the cost efficiency and the technological readiness are most critical. The people are working on epistemic values, right? If we talk about the epistemic value, where people think that the money that we are spending, it should not be like this, that our neighbor is purchasing something, so we should also purchase it. They understand the things, they try to know what type of technology is there, what type of like how can I say, like this, the battery life is there. So there are so many things they thought about it. So basically what we are saying, we have to be more emphasis on technology with a very reduced price. The people will go ahead with it. Next. Uniqueness is this, I'll keep it short. First is this, the TAM model is basically the previous TAM model worked on trust, while our TAM model worked on cost efficiency and infrastructure, where we can say there is a perfect combination between machine and human behavior. We try to find out a relationship between machine and okay.
Just give me 1 minute to wind up.
Okay.
Last में थे वो.
Okay. Next. And second is graphical insights. Mostly the study has done on tier 1 cities. While it is very important for me, like near about 830 million people, they are residing in the rural area, and if the people or the policy maker will not consider the thought processing of the people, they are residing in such areas, until unless we cannot grow. Right, so this particular study is also very important, right? So the limitation for the study is this: that India is highly diverse country. There should be more research on this, on different areas of the India, right? So we can get a very good insight about like EV adoption in all around the India. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ajit, for your presentation. And I think this is one of the hottest topic that is going on in government also. And what I feel, government, the people is also ready to adopt the e-vehicle policies, right? But there are few challenges. One of the biggest challenges, although price cost is one of the major concern, but along with the price, the other thing is the cases that we saw, right? Battery blast and other things. The second thing is the once the battery is damaged, right, or the discharge ho jata, right? So what are the government policies? The government is working also working on it. So I think these are the few concerns where we can do the research. Right? How to dispose the batteries? That is the major concern, because after down the line of 5 to 10 years, we have a huge number of batteries. Even in today's scenarios, we don't know how to dispose the electronics to laptops and the other electronics items, right? The other thing is, if I talk about your presentation point of view, you have only collected 230 samples, right? From the few cities, right, including Gwalior and the Delhi. And the policy that you are discussing, it is for the India. So, do you think that this data may be a bias?
No, the data cannot be biased. In social science studies, basically, if we talk about IIMs, they do this study on like PhD studies. Hardly the data you will get for such studies, that is 560 data for PhD studies. For they collect the data for almost 1 to 2 years, right? Because there are several studies that has been done. If the data is near about 380. That is enough.
Yeah, data is
that is level.
But the other thing is the data that you collected is a very specific reason, right? And the people maybe in Bangalore city, they have a different pay capacity, right?
Correct,
in Gwalior or in Bhopal or in other state, they were definitely paying capacity, right? So whatever policy we are designing, it may not be applicable to the other cities, right?
Correct.
Because our data set is very limited. So whenever we are generating the sample from the populations, I think this is also need to be considered that the sample size is from the which cover the most of the population, right? Yes, please.
Yeah, so sir, this is the starting and this is the limit for the study, right? If we will do further studies, like the people will do the same studies further, right? The people they are residing nearby area of Bangalore, and someone will compare both studies, and then only they can create the policies for this, right? This is a collective effort. That is not
Yes.
for one person.
I completely agree,
Yes.
because it is not possible.
Yes,
to
it is
gather
not
all the
possible
data,
for
right?
me, right, to collect a
Completely
very
agree.
large number of data and do a research. Means I'll spend my whole life when I'll collect the data and create a conclusion on it. The technology will be obsolete, right? So
Yes,
a kind of thing, right? The people, right, like we and some other people, and they are doing the research. When someone find a kind of research and they can combine it and do a comparative study.
So in that case, can we include, let's say in our title, we can include this impact studies in MP region or in the Gujarat?
It is not good. It is not. I mean, for us, it is not fine good that we personally write it on the topic. Rather, we do it in research methodology.
Okay. The other thing is you have not mentioned about the different field on what field you have decided that this policy is better in terms of data. That what type of data you have collected. What are the various fields that you have?
Actually, sir, we are having three variables. Dependent, independent variable. Then is one is mediating, and second is impact that we are checking it. How the adoption is impacting. On the basis of that, we created the at least three items for each variable, and then collected the data how the people are behaving on it. So the data was collected, and the data was collected on Likert scale, and then we will apply the structural model on apply the structural equation model on it, and try to find out the relationship between it. And we found it that the model, at least for this area, is quite good, and the model is working good because R square is more than 50%. If the R square value is 30%, it means it is assume that is good model.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ajit.
Thank you, sir.
Your research was on impact of technological readiness and cost efficiency on electric vehicles adoption. My first question related to your data collection and sample size, but this was asked by the sir.
Yes.
And my second question is, you have collected R square value.
Yes.
And there was this equation. Is that a predefined equation to collect
No, not at all. Actually, what happened? When we will get a equation like y is equal to correlated equations, y is equal to a plus bx. When we will do it, right? So the equation that we will create now, that on the basis of the data that we will create the equations.
Okay, means you have formulated this equation to
Yes.
calculate the R square value.
Yes, R square.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Even people, they want to do research on it around, they can use my scale. Now I have created a scale. It is tested scale. The people can do research on the same scale. Same scale for research. Yes.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for sir. Next, I would like to invite Vineet Raj Singh Kushwaha sir, presenting on intelligent radiology report generation using hybrid visual encoding and transformer-based language modeling. Please put your hands together for sir.
50 setup.
Good morning, respected session chairs and my fellow researchers. So, I am Vineet Raj Singh Kushwaha from MIT University, Gwalior, and my topic is intelligent radiology report generation using hybrid visual encoding and transformer-based language modeling. Basically, please sir, next. These are the outlines of my presentation, please. So basically, the idea comes from the medical side. Point was simply these days various research, various medical reports are generated, and if a single doctor see all the reports and creates a report accordingly, it will definitely take a bundles of time. With the advancement of AI, why not to use deep learning for the diagnosis and research, automatic generation of report through medical images directly. So this is the whole concept behind this topic. Please, next. So basically, the overall flow of the whole research goes to in such a way. We input X-ray image. Basically, I worked over the chest, especially the chest area. So I took the Indiana chest X-ray data set from Kaggle and input the X-ray images. I use the three parts of in the whole session. In the whole my research, I use the three parts. The first is CNN, the other is ensemble transformer, and the third is digital GPT. So these three things definitely creates a good work, and obviously I tested on value and other rules. So these are the different metrics. So I have tested on. So, sir, please next. So, while performing the literature review, I found various problems there. Initially, I found RNN was used, neural machine translation, LSTM. These methods were used to perform the same research. But here, as we can see, there are some advantages. But along with this, there is limitation also. Like adversarial training environments can be different, and really these are highly complex and it takes highly computational time. Similarly, the data, because of the medical field, the biggest problem is the data set. How to find the medical data sets? That's why it also lacks this massive amount of high quality images. Sir, please go next. Here, there are more, limitations because some are related to only CT scans, not for and CT scan is not easier to for everyone. That's why I use the X-ray images. Sir, please go next. So overall, I found multiple drawbacks here. That the very first part is high computational time because of the whole model which is employed by the previous researchers. The next part is noise. Obviously, during the image, this is the common problem. The noise comes in medical imaging and it creates a different scenario while creation of reports. So I reduce somehow. I'll explain it. Because it comes in both the parts, spatial and spectral. The third is feature selection. The major problem goes with the different models of deep learning. The how, because initially if I go with the machine learning, the major problem was feature selection. So I use the different models of deep learning which selected the most appropriate features. And the last is explainability. So XAI is used, but not in this paper. Future direction, and I have worked over that also. So these are the four problems I composedly found it. Please, sir, go next. So behind the whole research, there are three objectives. The very first is automation of reporting. Directly input the X-ray image and find the report without using the doctor, or doctor can use this for secondary opinion using the machine. The next part is feature selection, how to extract the features automatically from the image. Third is modality alignment, because I use the, or basically we used here the image, text, these only two parts here, but further audio can be also used. And the last part is ensure efficiency. So I work with the digital GPT here. So with the help of that, we performed uh, clinical accuracy. There is a radiology department in Gwalior. So I have just shown all my research there also, and to the some radiologist also, and to data from that.
That any emergency that can be beeping is there. So data will be stored in cloud of suppose continuous evaluation of diabetic patient or heart attack or any types of disease will be there. So that can be alarm will be alert is there, doctors mobiles that can be they have to monitoring in remote area, that there is no medical facilities there. So real-time monitoring that can be using in IoT and ML devices. So we have to modify in database and we have to check out the various types of diseases there. So that is the smart sensor we are using, the various types of variable sensor that can be using in Wi-Fi or 5G. Cognitive computing algorithm is using NLP algorithm data mining and cloud and edge computing that can be storing the data of various types of edge computing device. So it is an important parameter data security for privacy. Suppose one data is losses, continuous evaluation of medicine that can be the counting, that can be drawback of security, that is privacy of network. So that can be efficient data network will be available. And cognitive means the role of AI, ML, which types of domain is there. Natural language processing, machine learning, and predictive modeling. That can be various types of part is there that can be designing. So here is the previously the architecture that we have to model we have to develop enhancement in IoT system. So there is the one medical technology there and one board is there and that can be controlling disease decision that can be patient of various types of disease will be there. That patient will be controlled the various lab types of clinic parameters, and there is the one model is IoT agents that can they have to decide which types of data they have to doctor have to optimize, and that can be controlled by the cloud and the web server. They have to maintain their various types of disease like 1 month or 2 month or 3 months. So doctor can observe any types of cancer patients or any types of diabetic patient, so that can they have to check the variable pulses rate of various frequency for continuous evaluation of 1 month, 2 months. Any emergency will be there, they have to treat by mobile or they have to operate by various types of disease. So fixed types of disease we have to predict using that particular innocent IoT system. So that can be control of doctor's mobile phone of various algorithm is there that we have to checking the country that types of disease. That is the enhancement IoT system that can be using in the advanced 5G networks. So here design model is the physically we have to implement it. Diabetic patient various types of sensor that can be implemented in human body, and ESP8266 micrometer board is there. They have to interfacing that mobile application and database. They have to collect it of data analysis system, data classification, machine learning algorithm of various types of algorithm. We have to compare native bias, random tree, Z480 or SMO1 We have to implement in that model and implement into these types of board, and that performance result of various types of model we will implement in machine learning using healthcare. So that can be a store of various types of model and comparison of that healthcare devices, and it can be validated to doctors mobile. That is the algorithm you develop various types of random algorithm that data will be stored in doctor's mobile. So that is the flow chart of modeling style. And we have comparison of various types of algorithm using CNN, native bias, J48, SMO, simple logistic, and random forest algorithm. Here is the pulse rate, FP rate, precision, recurrent F measures of various types, CNN algorithm, that particular models. So that can be MSC and percentage of mean square rate and mean square ratio of native bias, J48, SMO, and 448. So that can be our some result will be there. So native bias is the 98.6% efficiency that can be using a various types of algorithm. So that can be one drawback of 5G limitation in due to network. But advancement of we have to implement this model using 6G technology that can be we are using of any places for remotely healthcare operation of emergency healthcare medicine devices. So that is the future enhancement if we using 6G technology or advanced model that can be more efficient, that model, and everyone can use of emergency in any between anywhere around the world. So remote healthcare, we have to controlling that particular future implementation. So there is a comparison of various types of transparency, transparency, accuracy for particular different 3 types, 4 types, some model that 94.4% that we have the achievement of blockchain integrated AI framework in that particular efficiency. And accuracy is 96.2% that can be using. So here is the future innovation. Already we are using the blockchain technology or any layer to layer technology that can be using in healthcare application. So there is some future references. Now that the healthcare is very challenging and technology, AI and ML field that can be a need of emergency nowadays. Robotic technology using robotics, using AI, machine learning, data science. So that is the modern challenges in AI in healthcare. So thank you very much. That is the short presentation of that healthcare devices. Basically, data security is the problem that we have to optimize the various type data network. Suppose one signal is destroyed, so continuous evaluation of patient monitoring, suppose ECG or anything that can be not stored in the cloud. Suppose network is disconnected at that time, because we are using the continuous evaluation of patient monitoring. So suppose it will be using for real-time operation, but it will store not within. That's why I am using the fixed medicine like blood pressure or BP or sugar. But nowadays, any suppose cancer also the part of remote patient monitoring. But now the challenge that that data, it can be some disbursement or not network is there. So that time of report we have not measure. So that is the data security is very important challenges nowadays. So various techniques we have to find out the data security also is there.
For data storage.
Data storage using the cloud. Here we are using the cloud and 5G.
Sir, in slide 11, please come to slide 11.
Slide 11.
Section 25.
Okay,
Section 25.
So downward.
sorry.
First of all, sir, it is commendable that you are presenting a paper.
Yeah.
Really, it is appreciable.
Thank
It is
you.
a great learning. All the students must learn that at this stage, we professors are able to represent the data, or we are able to represent the research work. It is
Yes.
commendable. And now, sir, in this database, so we can get the historical record of any patient.
Yes. Because here we are using only the one microcontroller board, but nowadays we can implement any types of real-time. Suppose one particular disease is there, so we are using the hardware, software, and the combination of that physical system into doctor's mobile. We have to connect in IoT also and machine learning model also. So various types of model you have to develop, like particular disease or special disease or common disease, because it is very tough to combine the every disease in one particular model. So various challenges is there, because nowadays we are using the robotics also, and a microcontroller is the old purpose. So robotics also that can be using the live patient monitoring. That can be various types of algorithm you have to develop in healthcare domain, like particular disease is there, because remote nowadays is a very big problem to doctors. They don't have advised doctor. So it is we are using continuous monitoring like BP or sugar, because it is they don't change any emergencies there. But in future various types of attack is there. So doctors mobile in pacemaker is also we have to implant using the pacemaker. So pacemaker in implant in the body. So that can be continuous monitoring using that signal. We are using that advanced technology also. So that can be any domain we can using, particular not one disease also. So that is the fixed disease is there. But randomly disease is there, doctor is not continuous on live. So that is the security service saying that continuous security with the 6G or advanced network is must. So continuous evaluation of doctor's mobile that can be alert. So that is we implement that various types of techniques and technology in healthcare. That is the one sample we will implement.
Right now,
Right.
is it somebody is using or
Somebody we have to analysis and one board is developed, but not big level, but it is working that particular model. So that can be future. We have to implement in IoT ML model into various types of patient monitoring device, and it will be established in one home also. We model you have to develop, and that can be controlling like that.
so this
Like
model-
variable watches is there, so variable sensor or pacemaker, that is we have to implement a many types of disease.
this particular model is only useful for the diabetic.
That is no specific 2 or 3 disease we have measure. Diabetic because sensor variable sensor we have controlling that particular models. Like fixed types of disease we have using.
In 7 numbers, right, sir?
Sir, upward.
7.
7. Upward. Upward, sir. Upward.
Right.
So, sir, this is the chip kind of.
Yeah, it is the some implementation idea.
So, any Android mobile.
Yeah, any Android mobile we have connected using IoT, right? We have to develop one software also there that can be connected and continuous simulation of model we have developed that can be connected using board and doctor can monitoring that particular disease, their mobile.
Suppose some patient want to
Yeah.
take some data, so
Yeah.
like, what will be the data set?
No, it is the continuous evaluation of by doctor. It is a fixed types of disease. If any emergency will be there, so it will be alarm will be there in doctor's mobile. Suppose BP 400 plus or 500 plus, we have developed like that. So that can be alert of fixed types of disease. So the doctor will be alert and they will advise in local doctor or directly connect to patient because patient they don't know BP whenever it will be changes and at a time, right? So that can be controlling by mobile for alert systems. Right?
There is no network.
No, there is no network. That is the data is stored in cloud also. Some types of data. It is that is the problem only. Na? I have explained that data security is very important for real time challenge.
Also need to,
They have to observe, but it is the fixed types of disease, continuous evaluation of 1 month, 2 month, at least not emergency, but that can be implemented in future of any types of emergency, live emergency. That is the challenges. But it will be more useful for rural area for real time operation managing system.
But Android mobile is necessary.
Yeah, definitely. Mobile is necessary. That doctor will be controlled by real time operation system. Or it will be connected to various types of server with system also doctors connection there. Okay, so that is the new latest technology. Nowadays, everyone is going to PhD, research PDF or healthcare domain because it will more scope for every domain. We can implement any types of model and we can compare our data set into new data set we have to set out using advanced technology. Robotics robotics now in India no using robotics operation in India. Indore itself the Mohak Bhandari they are doing the thousands of operation in robotic surgery. So that can be using the challenges in AI healthcare nowadays. It's very big challenge. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request participant number 1 to come again for the question and answer round. Mr. Abhishek Gupta. After this, Ms. Namrita Srivastava, ma'am, please be ready.
अभी बस मैं पोस्टडॉक करा रहा हूँ 28 लोग पीडीएफ करा रहा हूँ एडजॉइंट होटिंग यूनिवर्सिटी में अभी डॉक्टर बंसल छोड़ा जब तक कुछ नहीं अभी 3 यूनिवर्सिटी में एडजॉइंट चल रहा है चौहान साहब ने यूज करा है अभी छोड़ा वो कहाँ वो तो बोले कहाँ
So, for the medical data,
पीडीएफ करा मैंने कहा
how you will collect the data?
और अब तो बड़ी अरे एक बार मेरी बेटी भी मैं बेटी को तो पढ़ती किसमें एलएनसीसी में देखी हॉस्पिटल में देखा मिल भी लूंगा और ग्राउंड भी लगा लेते थोड़ा हाँ 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 नहीं प्रिंसिपल हो गए नहीं वो तो वो है ना हाँ अच्छा
How you simply, clean the data means what kind of data you need to use if you want to find out the deep learning framework. Means you have collected so many data, but how you filter the data, what is the string that you use to take.
पहले तो आर्या जी थे ना सर हाँ वो तो है ही सिस्टम में चौहान जी मेरा काम आपको पता है ऊपर काम करता हूँ सर बिना लोग मैं कहीं छोड़ता भी नहीं 8-8 बजे सब नौकरी करी मैंने आईपीएस में सर ये ऐसा हो गया ये एमओयू हो गया तो क्यों हो गया अरे मैंने आईएएस से मेरे पहचान है स्मार्ट सिटी के एमओयू में अरे सर वो आपने इसको नहीं बोला इसको सर मेरा इंदौर में नेटवर्क से मेरा वर्चस्व मैंने आईएएस से बात करी मेरे वजूद से मैं उसको क्यों ले जाऊँगा अंदर घुसने देगा आईएएस कहीं कहीं क्या होता है तो ये माइंड से काम नहीं करना चाहिए सर मैं कुछ टाइम बोलना बकवास अरे कॉलेज सर दुनिया में तो पूरी चीज बकवास है इंडिया में मोदी जी क्या कर रहे हैं कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं कर रहे भाई कुछ कर रहे हैं कुछ कर रहे हैं मैंने इतना नेटवर्क सर रिसर्च में लेक्चर दिए थे छोड़ी हटा के 30 लोग पोस्ट कर रहे हैं मेरे अंडर 350 उपज पेपर है इन सब चीज़ों से मेरा दिमाग उठ चुका है 300 पेटेंट उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली होगी
So how this work is contributed? कोई स्कोप ही नहीं बचा रिसर्च का हाइपोथेटिकल हो जाता है 99 मतलब डिफेंड मुश्किल होगा जस्ट रीवर्क 99
अच्छा जो होता है
just refer some previous papers to work on ECG
28 लोगों का पीडीएफ का गाइड
just rework revisit
कागज तो
your
कभी भी
accuracy
ज्ञान करने की किसी ने बैठना क्या है सर रिज्यूम डालेंगे ऐसे बना
always
2%
refer
साइंस
journals
क्लास 4
paper
इयर्स तो मतलब ऑटोमेटिकली नाम आ जाता ना उसको गूगल पहले पे देखो कहाँ देते हैं ग्राम में 2-3 महीने बीसी रहता है छोड़ दिया
Now participant 2, Miss Namrata Srivastava.
just show me the slide
अब कुछ भी करना तुमको पता है जो सब पेपर नहीं बुलाना या हमें तो लोकल जी सर मेरे इंदौर के टोटल 25 हैं इसको सब जानते हैं एमओयू करेंगे उनको बस उनको फिर लगता है तो मतलब फैकल्टी नाम यार तुम इनको नहीं देंगे प्रिंसिपल उनको ले लूँगा मेरे को टाइम दिया अपनी टीम बनी हुई है तो टीम आईएएस नहीं मानता है एमओयू से भी बात करने जा रहा हूँ स्मार्ट सिटी में प्रोजेक्ट 2-3 हो गए मैंने एक फोटो डाल दी है आईएएस के साथ
from where you have
मेरे
collected
को
the
धोखा
data
सर आपको बता के तो गया हूँ
so you are on smart city Bhopal data set so just show me the so you have used latest models next what novelty in your work
अच्छा मेरा भी केस है
आपका साथ में ये
and they will give you for review.
सेशन चेयर सर ने कल आने उन्होंने केला
The data is only from the Bhopal
अब मैंने बोला आप
दो दिन किसने आते
है अरे तो मेरा प्रोग्राम फिक्स है बंसल वाले झूठ थोड़ी चलेगा यार
Now Miss Pooja Limbolia.
आपने मुझे क्या निकलना है हाँ थोड़ा टाइम लग जाता है उसमें शाम तक आपका नाम बोल रहा हूँ कैलाश पाटिल अच्छा आप ही हो वही बोला कैलाश सर देख रहे हैं अभी तो 2 बार बोला मैंने आज भी ये तो कैलाश को तो बहुत परेशान किया मैंने क्योंकि मेरे पास इतना लोड है सर अभी वो दूसरे स्मार्ट लग रहा फोटो से ज्यादा अच्छा इसलिए मैं थोड़ा घबरा गया मैंने कहा नए लड़के नहीं सही है मैंने फोटो इसके लिए फोटो ऐसे दे दिया था तो वही तो बोल रहा बेटे होगे थोड़े सीनियर होंगे क्योंकि आपसे मैं पहले भी नहीं मिला इंदौर आए थे जब सर नहीं आए होंगे ना जब अपनी टीम आई थी मैं आया था आए थे आपकी केबिन अच्छा केबिन में भी और ऊपर सेमिनार एक जो जी याद आपके जो 2-3 और प्रिंसिपल थे चले गए उसका जो उसमें सब चले गए बस आप ही हो इसी के राजा घर का तो याद बाकी बहुत सारे आए थे वो मैंने अपनी उसमें भी आए थे ना सीएम साहब आए थे हाँ अरे स्टेबल से क्या होता है ट्यूनिंग रहती है अरे वो रहता है ना क्योंकि मैं देख रहा था उसको काफी 2-3 लोग बैठे थे नए नए वो प्रिंसिपल जब अपन आए थे तो हमारे प्रोग्राम तो सब नए चलेगा वो तो चलेगा
You need to prefer some official website like Kaggle, UCI, machine learning repository. Just prefer
तो
those
मटन नहीं आ
websites
रही
which
क्यों
is
सर
have
क्यों वैलिडेटेड कौन आएंगे
just
एक
read
कहाँ
the previous paper and just
तो
search
मेरा राइट है तो मतलब राइट है
from where they have written the data set is very important because sentiment analysis data set
बाकी 14-13 सर के खुद के 10 में हुई ना विक्रांत से
Next, Dr. Puneet Nema, sir.
इंदौर में कोई नहीं आता मैं इंदौर का पुराना आया और इतने बदमाश है वो कि अपना काम आज तक नहीं डाला पूरे इंदौर में 2009 से 17 था हर कॉन्फ्रेंस में हर कॉन्फ्रेंस 2009-10 में पहले 10 में 2012 साल में 3 बार जाता था मथुरा होटल बहुत महंगा था 17 हमने राविस दिन बनवाई बेटी मेरी बोलते हो और आपसे कुछ होगा देखेंगे कुछ नेवी से सुरेश ठाकुर जी हाँ सुरेश ठाकुर नेवी में दोनों
आइए आप।
स्टार्ट हो जाता है सीधा क्या डीसी लॉकर कराते हैं इसके बाद ठीक है ये सारा बेसिक का होगा मैं बता रहा हूं मैं कितने 15 साल
Now I would like to invite Ms. Namrata Srivastava ma'am to kindly come forward and receive the certificate.
चालू कर ऐसे रिक्वेस्ट लेंगे ज्वाइन आप ज्वाइन कर आईडी के साथ ज्वाइन कराना वो आईडी के साथ मुझे ही लेना पड़ेगा
Now I would like to invite Ms. Pooja Limbolia ma'am to kindly collect the certificate. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Puneet Tema to kindly come forward and receive the certificate. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Anurag Srivastava sir to kindly come forward and receive the certificate. Now I would like to invite Ms. Prachi Parashar ma'am to kindly come forward and receive the certificate.
For the symmetrical sources or asymmetrical sources at a time. But our proposed technology is used at same time simultaneously for symmetrical and asymmetrical sources. Second, in conventional multi-level inverter, higher switching losses, higher count devices, lower efficiency. So we have also overcome these problems from hybrid multi-level inverters. Third, it is third output voltage levels, but our topology and technology is used for the 7-level output voltages. So this is the object. This work will be mainly focused on the reliability and the power loss investigation of the hybrid symmetrical and asymmetrical source multi-level inverter, mathematical analysis for proposed hybrid multi-level inverter topology also will perform, and simulation analysis of proposed hybrid multi-level inverter will perform in software. Basically, we have used the MATLAB. So from this diagram also it is the method like we have used 2 auxiliary circuits and we have used 1 IGBT and 4 diodes. Also in the second auxiliary circuit 1 IGBT and 4 diodes. So there are many family members of the thyristors such as the FET, MOSFET, etc. So IGBT is the main and it is the fast switching device. So we have used in this technology IGBT, which also regulate the voltage, also reduce the harmonic losses, also reduce the switching losses, and 4 diodes are used to provide the current to the H-bridge multi-level inverter. So from this inverter, output voltage that is the higher reliable and clean for the output load side. So from this methodology, we have find these results: output voltage waveforms, output current waveforms, number of voltage levels, peak current magnitude, RL voltage and current, total SD, comparison with software and their results, switching losses. So from this diagram, you can see that it is the 7-level output voltages. So the output current is stable and regulated, and total harmonics is reduced. So this is the overall results of our proposed technology and topology. So we have concluded that it is used for the better performance, better power quality, low switching losses, low TSD, and we have used this topology for the wind power energy as well as solar photovoltaic, but in future it may be the other renewable energy sources such as tidal energy sources, geothermal energy sources, hydropower plants, and it may be also the future connected in the fuzzy logic control, neural networks, model predictive control. So it is the future scope. These are the references. Thank you so many.
Thank you, Aziz sir, for your presentation. There are only few queries from mine because it is not my domain of expertise. Right? So the only thing is that we are converting AC to DC to AC, right? And when we convert this, right, there is some small leakage, right? So how we overcome this leakage? And
Actually, when DC is converted in AC, or AC is converted into DC, so fully it is not possible that it will be controlled. But we can use the filter, harmonics filter, but I have not used the filter in my technology because I have used the IGBT. IGBT is the very fast switching devices of the thyristor family. But 100% it is not possible that a total harmonics reduction will be possible.
What is the novelty of your work?
It is actually used the symmetrical and asymmetrical sources, that are the DC sources. So at a single time, we can combine energy for the output voltage level.
That means you are combining both the energies, right?
Yes, yes. It further in the future, it may be the combination and multiple renewable energy sources.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Is a certain type of technology is available already in the market?
Sir, fifth level output voltage is available in the market.
Because I can see means a very distinct similar technology that I have seen somewhere that they are trying to do reduce.
Yes, sir. They have used the MOSFET, but I am using the IGBT.
And what is the reliability of IGBT?
IGBT is the fast switching devices.
Reliability. I'm not talking about it.
It is the then switching losses will be overcome, so the power will be reliable.
No, that is fine. Like in that case, the load increases, suddenly they malfunction. Then what to do?
So we have used the H-BIST, sir. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or
yes, I'm interested in such type of.
Sir, we have used the H-BIST. 4 diodes are connected for the protection system. So, and IGBT. H-BIST is the total protective devices. So we have used this methodology to protect our device when the malfunction is come.
Is India is using this technology?
Sir, in India is used the technology half grid system. Yes, on grid system is not possible at this time. It may be the future work.
And what is half grid?
Half grid means for the residential load.
Okay. So I think the consumption is mainly used in for
residential load. Residential.
So that is fine. So how much it can reduce means power consumption or power loss?
Due to this technology, actually power energy sources may be symmetrical or asymmetrical. So our topology is used for the both at a time.
No, sir, I'm asking like how much loss it will reduce, because when you are transferring like DC
total
to DC or AC
to
DC,
yes.
reduces the power.
Reduces.
Right? How much? I'm just asking a like percentage.
It may be, sir, 90 to 95.
95%.
95%. Yes, sir. It is third hormone. Mainly problem is third harmonics. Third harmonics, to reduce the third harmonics, this is the typical job.
90% is extremely impressive.
Yes, sir. It may be. मैटलैब पे इसका पूरा रिजल्ट निकाल रहे हैं. पूरा रिजल्ट जैसे ही आएगा तो हम और श्योर कर सकते हैं कि कितने परसेंट रहेगा.
90% बहुत अच्छा है.
जी नहीं सर आएगा. इट इज द फास्ट स्विचिंग डिवाइसेस. आ सकता है सर. इसका चल रहा है, कर रहे हैं इसका. थैंक यू सर. आशीष सर.
Please put your hands together. Next we have Hitesh Gupta sir for his paper Variational Diffusion Models for Generative Financial Forecasting under Regimes Switching Dynamics. Please welcome sir.
Good morning, everyone. I am Hitesh Gupta from ICETICS Bhopal. My research title is Variational Diffusion Model for Generative Financial Forecasting under Switching Dynamics. Actually, this work will focus on how to improve financial forecasting using modern AI technique. Next. These are the outlines of my research title. Abstract introduction, literature review, methodology, implementation, result, conclusion, and references. Next. Actually, financial markets are highly volatile and difficult to predict using traditional approach. For that, I am proposed variational diffusion model that is give the best results and also compared with ARIMA, GARD, and LSTM methods. An experimental result shows that stratus matrix deposit that medium achieves superior forecasting performance compared to conventional approaches. Next. Generative forecasting has the potential to simulate thousands of possible future market conditions, allowing investors to evaluate portfolio performance under varying levels of volatility, policy changes, and geopolitical events. Advanced forecasting system could also support policymakers and central bank of provide multiple potential market responses to economic and regulatory determinations rather than relying on a small set of predefined scenarios. Although no forecasting model can be perfect, actually in these previous models they are not give the accurate results. There are so many models like ARIMA, GARCH, and LSTM, and they give only single prediction. But our model gives multiple market future scenarios. Next one. Variation diffusion model face significant challenges due to their high computation requirements, particularly when applied to large portfolios containing multiple financial assets. And the scarcity of historical potential of real financial crisis market difficult to these models to accurately learn and simulate extreme market events. Explaining all future market conditions is even more difficult than explaining conventional predictions as multiple possible outcomes and uncertainty of specific. Investors' confidence depends not only on forecast accuracy but also on the ability of the model to provide transparent and trustworthy explanation of its predictions. Such forecasting capabilities could help investors, policymakers, portfolio managers, and central bank better access, evaluate strategies, and prepare for diverse future scenarios. Although no forecasting model can be perfect, combining diffusion-based generation with variation inference represents promising advancement toward more robust, adaptive, and informative financial forecasting system capable of handling regime changes. Regime changes means they give the better bull condition, bear condition, and crisis of markets. Next. Next. Actually, our methodology consists of three main components. First one is forward diffusion method process. Then second one is reverse denoising process, and last one is variation inference. Forward diffusion process give the forecasting, and they train the model using different historical data sets, and reverse denoising remove the noise from the data and Bayesian inference give the better decision changes conditionals. This is our complete workflow of our approach. First one is start from data processing, then followed by forward diffusion process, and next one is reverse denoising process with control your attention now, and last one is Bayesian inference. They will give multiple future market scenarios as compared to traditional approaches. This result shows that different market regimes, bull, bear, and crisis conditions. And the figure listed how financial markets transition between these regimes, providing realistic environment for evaluating the model ability to detect and adopt a changing market condition. Actually, in this simulation, we used 500 timestamps with 32 batch size and 20 rolling window and different latent scenarios. This graph shows that our model compares with different previous models like ARIMA, GARCH, and LSTM. This shows the better accuracy as compared to previous models, and also shows that better RMSE as compared to previous models like ARIMA, GARCH, and LSTM. The study demonstrated that the Bayesian diffusion model learns the underlying structure pattern of noisy and chaotic financial time series data under that simply processing numeric inputs, enabling robust forecasting across different market conditions. The medium maintained stable performance as the simulated market testimonials between bullish, bearish, and crisis markets, where ARIMA, GARCH, and STM model exhibit greater instability and performance degradation during volatile periods. Unlike traditional forecasting models that generate a single prediction, the medium generates multiple possible future scenarios along with confidence intervals, providing a more comprehensive representation of uncertainties. Next. This is the conclusion and future. Diffusion model gives better significance of financial forecasting, effectively handling nonlinear structured data and behavior sudden rhythm changes, extreme events that are difficult to traditional models. Experimental results show that strong forecasting performance with the model generating multiple possible future scenarios rather than a single deterministic prediction, thereby providing a more realistic representation of uncertainty. Further refinement is required for findings suggest that diffusion-based financial forecasting represents a major advancement in predictive modeling and has the potential to transform how uncertainty and risks are analyzed in financial markets. And these are the references of my research.
Okay. Thank you, Desi, for your presentation. The few thing is, what about the data set? What data set you have used?
Actually, sir, I have used S&P stock and price data set, S&P 500 data set.
So it's a multi-linear data set. We have two columns only, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think that this data set is enough for predicting the market?
So actually, the S&P data sets maybe vary according to year.
Because what I find in these type of problems, your accuracy, even if you implement the simple machine learning algorithm like decision tree or support vector machine, your accuracy is always more than 99. You can check. I have, because my student done a lot of work on this, right? But then we analyze the major problem is, let's say today's market price, the share price is, for example, 10 rupees. By the next 30 minutes or the 40 minutes or one day, the price will vary for few only, maybe 20 paisa or 30 paisa or maybe 10 paisa, right? So more or less the price is almost same until or unless some major events not happen, like Iran, the global situation that we have as of now. So for the stock market prediction, these are the major parameters that we have to consider.
But sir, actually our model shows multiple future scenarios, not single prediction.
Sir, if the data set is limited, it doesn't matter that what method we are using. Yes. Because ultimate whatever model is learning, it is only from the data that we have, right? So if the data set is biased, for example, if the data set is incomplete, then it doesn't matter which method or which algorithm we are implemented, right? So we all know the share market is depend on the multiple factors, and sometimes they are not in our control also, right? So what you can do, this is a suggestion that you can take. you can use the different platforms to scale the data, to get the news, right? So if this news is also neutralized, or we can also analyze the sentiment of this news, whether this news is positive for the market or not. The second thing is the company, let's say budget, also some news about the company. Let's say we in a meeting, right? They announce some gratuity or something else, right? Dividend they announce. So we have seen that once they announce the dividend, share prices is increased for few days. Yes or no? And then after the dividend, when the dividend is allocated, right, the fund prices again go down. So these are the factors. If you include, definitely it will improve the accuracy of the methods, right? And the other thing is ki I have seen in data set description is also very much important, because once we how many rows we have, what type of data set we have, right? Because it will give you more clarity about the algorithm, and then you can have a more suggestions from the audience as well.
So actually, I have mentioned in the research paper all the data set and their parameters.
Okay, okay, but I think if you mention this, then it will also improve. Yeah, thank you very much.
Mr. Hitesh Gupta, sir. I have questions related to the data set only. How many percentage you have used for to train your model and to test your model?
Sir, 80%.
80% and 20%. Is there any specific reason to choose the 80% and 20% ratio?
So most of the model, almost they give same ratio, 70, 30, 85, 15. So
Okay.
those are giving the average ratio.
Okay, and in futurist in literature survey, you have mentioned that there is only single prediction on the previous research.
No, sir.
And
No, there are three approaches.
okay,
STM, Marima, and Gauge. They give only single prediction.
okay. And in your research,
Medium that it is giving multiple features and values.
what is that?
Like bull condition, bear condition, crisis markets.
Okay, and how you have calculated the result? Means there is a research, outcome of your research, no?
Sir, I am using Python.
The result, how you have calculated the result? What method you have used?
VDM models, variation diffusion model, combining with inference model.
Okay, and what was the selection method, feature selection method you have implemented?
Sir, financial forecasting the data. There are so many stock market trade and data.
Okay, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, I have something for him. Basically, give me 30 seconds of this. Basically, for the same thing, RAG is used these days to infuse the current scenarios.
Yes, definitely.
That's why it worked for some of my friends.
Moving forward, now I would like to call Aparna Madhya ma'am for her paper presentation.
Good morning, respected session chair, sir, and all everyone present over here. My name is Aparna Madhya, and I'm here for presenting my paper titled as Design and Implementation of an IoT based edge healthcare monitoring system using random forest for real-time anomaly detection. Can you see this slide? This is the outline for my paper, for my presentation. Now, starting with the abstract, first I would like to brief you about what actually I am going to present or what work I have done in the paper. I have designed a model in which an IoT-based model for healthcare system which provides 24 hours monitoring for a patient. Basically, we have seen we have seen there are some scenarios where patient just need to be monitored for his paramedic, for his physiological vitals such as BP, heart rate and temperature, and he takes away a whole bed in an ICU. But this can be this monitoring can be done in his home also. So for doing that, I have designed. So we have designed a model which can be done. This model is done using random forest algorithm integrated with an ESP32 microprocessor, uh, which achieved an accuracy of 88%. So please change the slide. In recent sorry, I was a bit nervous. In recent trends, we have observed that everything is going smart, including our healthcare. So, merging IoT and machine learning will also help us to achieve smarter healthcare facilities. So, in this model, we have used various physiological sensors such as SpO2, temperature sensor, and heart rate sensor for sensing a person's vitals, and the vitals data is sent to an ESP32 microcontroller, which is processed using a Flask API in Python, and using random forest, some calculations are made, which through that calculation, alert is sent to a doctor. When vitals are abnormal, but when vitals are abnormal, automatic alert email is sent to a doctor, and also a buzzer starts beeping so that patient also get aware about his health condition and he can contact the nearest medical health care. So next slide, please. Before starting with the work, we have reviewed some papers, previous work done, which was done using the same technology. In first paper, ESP32 with ML healthcare monitoring system was integrated, but this model was purely based on cloud. Due to this, it was very difficult. No local training was given, so it required continuous internet connectivity, and also latency was very high. In second paper, edge elderly based monitoring was done, which reduced latency and responsive time, but it also lacked in doctor's notification. No notification was given to doctor about the current condition of a patient. In third paper, IoT plus ML healthcare was reviewed, which identifies scalability and also improved the privacy. But it has limited implementation. Its implementation was very limited, and it was not that successful. Now, fourth was wearable IoT, which with Edge AI, which acted as a base paper for my work. It told about what are the wearable IoT sensors which can be used. Like they have used base for as a smartwatch. We have seen that a smartwatch, we can wear that and various parameters are measured and we can see that. But here also it lacks that doctor's notification is not given. The parameters are calculated and current parameters are visualized to us. But no notification is given to a healthcare. Next is HAI anomaly detection. Okay, we can move to the next. Sir, please move to the next slide. Now, by studying the following papers, we found the research gap that most of the papers are based on cloud. So the cloud dependency on cloud causes we required internet connectivity full time, and also our response time is very high because first data is sent to a cloud, then it is processed, and then we got the output, which increases the responsive time. But then next, most of the research focuses on anomaly detection. They just visualize the data. They don't give any notification to expert, or they are not giving gun time alert or real time alert to user also. So please move to the next slide. Okay. The main objective of the study was to give a real-time alert to a doctor so that a patient's health can be monitored 24/7, and also give a 24 hours report to a health specialist so that monitoring or diagnosis of a problem becomes easy. So next point. Here is the research methodology. First, sensors collect the data. Normally small sensors are weared in a body and they collect the data. The data collected and transmitted to JSON file, JSON over Wi-Fi. ESP32 has an inbuilt Wi-Fi in it. So the data is transmitted through Wi-Fi. Then the data is processed and ML models are used to process the data. The ML model which is used is random forest. Then, if the readings are normal reading of the data is done. If the patient vitals are found abnormal, uh, at that time, an alert is sent, email alert is sent to his doctor, and then the action could be taken accordingly. And also, a buzzer starts beeping. In some case, if Wi-Fi is not detected or Wi-Fi is not working, and generally Wi-Fi are based on electricity, like they are based on electricity. If there is a power cut, so a buzzer starts beeping, and if a person is not feeling well or he know that his vitals are not proper, he can contact to his local doctor. Then, if everything is fine, a 24-hour summary is sent to doctor every morning or the time which is fixed, and this is the working methodology. The second model tells about the architecture. First, there is an IoT sensor. I have used 3 IoT sensors, basically 4 IoT sensors. First is SpO2, heart rate, and temperature. Fourth sensor is a buzzer, which is at the output layer. Then IoT communication layer, which contains JSON formatting and Wi-Fi transmission. The next layer is backend flash API, which only 2 minutes which help in data reprocessing, and the next is machine learning layer, and the last is notification and reporting. Next slide. So next slide. The result and discussions are: I have used data set of 1,000 patient taking from the Kaggle. Data set is taken from Kaggle. The features that are selected are heart rate, SpO2, temperature, and respiratory rate. Then the data is split into 80% training data, 20% testing data. Using 80% data, ML model is trained, and with that 20%, these performance matrices are calculated. So please move to the next slide. This is the conclusion matrix. Out of 200 cases, 80 cases, predicted normal was 72, predicted accurate by 4 and 3. The diagonal values are the correct results. So next slide, please. The conclusion of the model is an ESP32 based healthcare monitoring system was developed, and which has achieved 80%.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Aparnaji, for your wonderful presentation. The first thing is how you are collecting the data. So as you mentioned that you are using 3 or 4 sensors, right? For collecting data. So how this sensor will be placed in a body?
So you have seen a wearable smartwatch which is weared on our
So this is already available in the market.
Yes, sir.
Then why you are trying to reinvent it?
Sir, actually, these smartwatches, they just read the data and show us the visualization. They don't give any notification to the doctor. Like, so, we have to check.
Yeah, so here the one suggestion is, the first one is you are using a beep sensor, right?
Yes.
So you can we can set in the watch or something else. But in that case, patient may be panic.
Yes.
Right. So here what we can do, instead of alarming to the patient, we can have a simple area, right? Where we can have some area where we can inform. The ultimate goal is to inform the doctors or to the sisters.
Yes, sir.
Right. So there may be some area where we can, जैसे होता है ना होटल में हम कुछ करते हैं room number will be highlighted. So I think we can go with this also.
Yes, so for overcoming that, it beeps, and also a mail is sent to a doctor so that they could be known
Yes.
vitals.
I completely understand that you are sending the bill to the doctor as well. But normally क्या होता है कि यदि patient को पता चला, right?
Yeah, they panic.
वो panic हो जाएगा. It may create some other applications.
So buzzer किसी relative को या उसके जो भी
so one thing is
that
then the second is you are using the random forest algorithm,
yes,
right? Why random forest? And where you have implemented this algorithm. So let's say in some cases what we are doing, every patient have a different history.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's say if I in my work, if I deploy the machine learning model, right? So they are trained on my data.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So a common machine learning model, instead of using a generalized machine learning model, we can have a personalized trained machine learning model which train own data.
I
right?
understand your concern.
So in that case, the accuracy will be improved. In your
Yes,
case,
sir.
accuracy is 88%.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I remember during the time of COVID, when we used the oximeter, right?
Yes, sir.
If you're using four different oximeter, they will give a different
results.
Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
how to handle these issues?
So first of all, you asked me about why random forest. So random forest is used because the data here is not non-linear, and like we can use different classifiers like SVM and all, but they work best on linear method. But random forest work on like non-linear data. And your second question, like.
Yeah, let's say if any person meets the doctors, right, and doctor suggested that you have some disease, for example, X disease, right? What the doctor does, what the patient did, they will take a second opinion, third opinion.
Yes, sir.
Can we have this also? Instead
Also,
of using a sim,
but the main motive for this project was like in situations like COVID or some pandemic situation, we have observed that hospital requires lot of bed, and some patients like, so can I convert talk in Hindi, it will be easy. So in some cases में ऐसा होता है कि कुछ patient है उसको सिर्फ बीपी एंड उसकी टेम्परेचर और रेस्पिरेटरी चीजें ही वो करवानी है, उसके लिए वो एक आईसीयू का बेड लेके बैठा है, लाइक और कोई ऐसा हो सकता है जिसको रिक्वायरमेंट ज्यादा हो।
आईसीयू का बेड तो बोलेगा ना जिसके पास सीवियर हो गया।
हाँ सीवियर हो गया, लेकिन उसको हॉस्पिटल में रहना पड़ रहा है। जैसे मेरी मम्मी के साथ ऐसे दिसंबर में प्रॉब्लम आया था कि उन्हें हॉस्पिटल में रहना पसंद नहीं था, और उनका सिर्फ बीपी 24 आवर्स मॉनिटर करना है, तो उन्हें बेड पे रहना है, और क्योंकि वो हॉस्पिटल में है तो वो ज्यादा पैनिक हो गई थी। तो उस केस में अपन एक सेंसर उनको वो करके कि उनकी मॉनिटर जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं वो डायरेक्टली डॉक्टर के पास जाती रहे उन केसेस में।
Yeah, it's a good approach, but there are only few suggestions. It depends if you find suitable, then you can take from them. The first one is, instead of using a random forest, you can use a ensemble method. Definitely, it will improve the accuracy. The second thing is the data set that we have, the sensor that we are using, because it is very important where we are putting the sensor on the body,
yes,
right? So you have to design either different models, right, or how you are training these models. Instead of generalize, because normally what is happening, the machine learning models are redeployed.
Yes.
Right? Depending upon now we are talking about the reinforcement learning. What is reinforcement learning, right? What it is. Right? So it is all about getting the data and again retain the data and then again deploy. So if we redeploy the model multiple times based on the specific state, it will improve the accuracy. Because what I feel in the case of machine learning model, accuracy matters. It matters, right? Yes. Time doesn't matter, cost doesn't matter. Accuracy is a primary factor that we have to consider. And in your case, your accuracy, precision, recall, all are 88%. Yes. I think that is also rare cases because all four parameters are equal.
Data set is very small because it is of 1,000 patients only.
Yeah, so
that is also a factor.
So you can take.
I will train it with more data set.
Data set, sensors, and model. You have to focus on these three things to improve the result.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your suggestions.
Madam, I need to ask two parts. Basically, something is done related to that. That is simply continuous flow of data is also a problem. Means multiple sensors continuously 24/7 giving you signals. It is also a bigger problem to cloud or to embedded device also. The second part, the biggest challenge of IoT is security. Standard, the multiple pulse emitters, they can be hacked. So how will you overcome with that? This should be.
Yeah, this is also a good suggestion. IoT security is one of the concern.
These are the limitations basically which we are coming.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all presenters for their exceptional research work. Now we have reached to the final segment of our technical session. May I request our esteemed session chairs, respected Dr. Karunanidhi ma'am, respected Dr. Rashmi Singh ma'am, to kindly come forward for certificate distribution to our participants.
And sorry for the intervention. Few things I would like to suggest. The first thing is really all of you have done a wonderful presentation, right? And it is my honor to be a part of the session chair for this session. Few suggestions from mine, because we are friends, we all are belongs to teaching fraternity, right? Few things that I've observed that we need to address, I think, from my opinion. The first thing is the presentation. I have seen in maximum presentation, a lot of texts are there, right? Normally, what we expect from the student as well, that there is a less text, right? And then we talk more about this, so that it can be readable, right? Second thing is, whenever we work on the machine learning algorithm, data set is very crucial, right? And we need to explain about the data, what data that we have, how many rows we have, how many features we have, right? Feature collections, there are a lot of things, because machine learning algorithm performance is entirely depend upon the data sets, right? And unfortunately, I have not seen in any presentation about the data. The third observation is the explanation of the algorithm, right? So normally what we have a one algorithm methodology where we have written in Word, do this, and then we have a result evaluation, right? And what I feel ki because of this only, if you analyze the statistics of the number of SCI and the super publication, more number of SCI publication having a non-CSE branch, right? Because in the core branches like electrical, electronics, they have a data, they have a real-time data, they can do some simulations. But for the computer science, what we are doing, that we are taking the data from some repositories and then we perform the analysis, right? So in our case, explanation, mathematical representations are more included as compared to the other things. Because we cannot, let's say in the case of medical, it is not always possible to collect the data. And in fact, if we collect the data, it is not always possible to get a huge amount of data, right? So normally what we are doing, that we are getting the data from Kaggle. So what we can do, we can apply the analysis part also, right? So it will improve the chances of selection in SCA, because our ultimate goal is the journal publication, right? So if we have a good mathematical and the representations, I have seen multiple papers in SCI where they are selected only because of the representations only. So representations matter lots. And because of AI tools, number of papers are written daily. Yeah, they are. So if I have seen that in nowadays IEEE conference also, earlier the maximum paper was 300, 400, right? Out of 400, they have to select 100 or 150 papers. But now in today's scenarios, every IEEE conference except receiving approx 4,000 to 3,000 to 4,000 papers. And now out of 4,000, they have to select 100 or 200 papers, right? So it is big challenge for us also. So now we need to focus on quality, right? And how we will improve the quality? The first thing is the data set, because data set, methods, representations. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Sir, please kindly come forward for certificate distribution. First we have Siddharth Shukla sir. Next we have Dr. Ajit Kumar Singh sir.
Because otherwise the light of the projector will be
Next we have Vineet Raj Singh Kushwaha sir. Next we have Anand Singh sir. Next we have Ashish Jain sir. Next we have Hitesh Gupta sir. Next we have Aparna Madaria ma'am. Thank you so much, professors. Now I request respected Dr. Rashmi Singh ma'am and respected Dr. Karuna Nidhi ma'am to kindly present the memento and certificates to our session chair. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence and overall guidance.